Waziri, we have had conversations with you in the County Public Accounts Committee, and the question is related to what Senator Wambua has raised here. Your office is the one that originates the schedule for disbursement, and it comes to this house. I think yesterday I saw communication from the ministry, and every single year, every single financial year, we sit here and debate and pass a disbursement schedule. Waziri, is there any need for us to continue passing that law, since your ministry has never complied with the disbursement schedule that we pass here? I want to have his honest opinion on whether that piece of legislation is of any use. And Honorable Speaker, we are concerned as a devolution family because when we look at the national government entities side, I just saw a report the other day from Margaret Nyakango, who I think is control of budget, saying that, for instance, State House spent already 12 billion in the 9 months of this particular financial year. How is it possible that national government entities are able to access money, yet the devolution family is always having to wait and the Treasury never follows the disbursement schedule? I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On financial accountability, and Senator Wambua has talked about exchequer releases coming late. That is the deleting of funds causing audit queries. I will tell you, Mr. Speaker, that yes, indeed it is true. First, it should be understood that exchequer releases can only happen when we have resources to release. You cannot release exchequer when you don't have it. Now, how do you fund the budget? You fund budget from different sources. One is the taxes, the ordinary taxes and other income that we call non-tax revenue. That is what we call the revenue or domestic revenue. And then you also finance the budget through borrowing. And here I talk about external borrowing and domestic borrowing. Let me start with borrowing. Sometimes external borrowing takes time. Like, for example, in this financial year, we had factored in borrowing from the World Bank through DPO. It's likely to come towards the last week of this financial year. We are likely to get it that time because at least our request has been submitted to the board finally, because a lot of processes have to be followed. And the board, once it hits the board, it will be, I know the board will approve, but it will be approved a few days too. So that funding will have to support some operations and activities. Secondly, even domestic borrowing, sometimes we have to be sluggish. But most critical is revenue performance. If revenue has not performed, Mr. Speaker, where would the government get money to disburse? But even with those challenges, you'll agree with me that this government has probably outperformed any other government before. I say so with pride, because last financial year, we closed the financial year without any outstanding exchequer releases to the counties, even though the last disbursement was done on the 29th of June. But again, the counties do not wait for the exchequer to initiate transactions. So you'll find by the time the financial year comes to a close, they have already procured. And when they get the money, then they do the payment. So it is the payment that is awaiting the funds. And also the salary for June will be paid immediately they get exchequer. So usually there is no inordinate delay. And that is why I'm saying, if you have been keen in following, there has been reduced complaints from the county governments in terms of delay in exchequer releases and many others. And by the way, even national government, there's a delay in release of funds. As we speak today, I have a number of MDAs which have requisitions with the exchequer. One of them is Interior, which wants to be supported, and we will also support them the same way we will be supporting counties. We usually give counties priority, by the way. It may not be known, but I know from where I sit that anytime we are making cash disbursements, every week that I get exchequer request approval, I always ask how far we are with the release to counties. So there is no deliberate effort or attempt to try to starve counties of funds. It would not be in my interest. I have never supported that route at all, because I'm schooled from a political persuasion that believes in devolution, and that is the ODM party.
Senator Sifuna.
So, Speaker, I think the frustration we have had as a family of devolution, and you can hear even the frustration of the public there, that we have serious problems in the counties, but we just seem to be talking and there's no action. What the Constitution speaks about under Article 225, and we have had this conversation again when the CS has appeared before our County Public Accounts Committee, is that you have the powers as a Cabinet Secretary for Treasury to stop funds going to counties where there is persistent material breaches. Persistent material breaches. We are not talking about small issues like failure to produce documents and the others. And I remember having this conversation with the CS in the committee, and we said for the family of devolution, there are counties that are notorious. Every single time they are getting adverse reports on their financials. What we need for the family of devolution from you, CS, we just want, in fact, we had agreed with you that we do just 10 counties, or even just one. If you just stopped money going to these counties that are persistent material breaches, the rest will follow. I think that is the expectation we have from him as a Senate.
Mr. Speaker, I want to agree with Senator Sifuna. We rarely agree nowadays, but although we used to agree a lot a few months back. So today I want to agree with you that actually that Article 225 was not just put there in vain. But remember, Senator Sifuna, we have discussed this and we have said, let me get a recommendation from the Senate to stop any funds. Because again, you see, as National Treasury, I don't also want to appear in the face of it like a rogue Cabinet Secretary. You know, when you stop funds to a county, it's a major decision. And it has political implications, it has social implications, it has economic implications. So it's not something that I would just do, even if there are material breaches. I would expect the Senate, through the committee where Senator Sifuna, I believe you still sit in the committee chaired by Senator Kajwang. If I get recommendations, even on one county or two, then we will deal with it based on the provisions of the law. I am not afraid to deal with it because it is the resources of the people of Kenya that we are protecting. So I agree. Again, I want to repeat, I agree with Senator for Nairobi. We rarely do nowadays, but this is one of those rare occasions.